What up, it's your boy SimDCsReviews. I'm back in another. What up, it's your boy SimDCsReviews. I'm back in with yet another video. And today's video is going to be about Dragon Ball Super Episode 98. Gold or garbage. I'm gonna say gold right off the rip. But also, let me give two couple shoutouts. Shout out to Kolade Diski. I hope I said your first name right. Just subscribed to the channel a couple days ago. Shout out to you. Welcome to the SimDCsReviews family. You are part of this family now, and I hope you enjoy being part of this family. So shout out to you. Also shout out to Shadow Dragon 1939, because my boy came through and he came and looked at my my gaming channel. He left a comment on it. Right now it's not much up there. It's just all Crash Bandicoot stuff up there. But I'm gonna be uploading some Legacy Wars. If you guys don't know about Power Rangers Legacy Wars, it's a mobile game. I'm gonna be uploading some gameplay of that. Just basically just highlights of me playing, knocking people out. So shout out to you for coming through for the channel. Also, he's a subscriber to the channel, so I'm telling y'all, go over to that channel, subscribe to it. If you're not really into Crash, that's fine. There's gonna be more games coming up later and later and later. For example, you know, the new Dragon Ball Fighter Z game's coming out. I'm probably gonna end up picking that up because it's the kind of like the old school way, kind of like the original Budokai of fighting, although it's going to be way harder because it's in the style of Guilty Gear. So, and I think I'm pretty sure the creators of Guilty Gear actually made it too. So I'm gonna be probably picking that up, and I'm gonna be picking up a lot more games to put up on that channel. So go subscribe to SimD26 Gaming, and you'll get a shout out too, and you'll be a part of that family too, even though you're already part of this family. So without further ado, let me just get into the review. Definitely gold. It's the beginning of the tournament. It finally started. We've been waiting for months for this to start. They've been doing filler after filler after filler after filler after filler. And finally, the tournament has begun. There are already 2 people been knocked out already. And we officially know that if you get knocked off the stage, you don't just get erased. You just go to the sideline. So that little rumor that came with was false. But even though that was false, the person who dropped the rumors, basically dropped the synopsis of the next couple episodes, he was right about multiple things. I don't remember his name right now, but he was indeed right about a lot of stuff, like Frieza, stuff like that. But I don't think Frieza's gonna betray Universe 7. He also said that, so there's that. Let's just get into it. There's really not much to talk about because it really was just, honestly, it wasn't really any like story. It was just mainly just fighting, all fighting, like non-stop, all fighting. And that's how we Dragon Ball fans love it. We do like things to be, you know, told, stories to be told, and so on and so forth. But if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you really coming to see the fights. Like, that's to me the gist of Dragon Ball is the fighting, the power struggle, and so on and so forth. So whoa, let me get my hand out the way. Anyway, so yeah. That the fighting was great. I mean, I think it could have been better. Like, it was mainly just everyone on screen just bum, 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 bum. It wasn't really any like for example, I noticed a couple of scenes were done twice. So like Goku will be like dodging, Vegeta will be punching, right? But then later on in the episode, the exact same scene would be shown. Vegeta punching the exact same way to the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of the time maybe they didn't plan out fully, or maybe they just didn't want to do the artwork for the episode. But I still really enjoyed the episode. I really liked the episode. And we really know for a fact that these fighters are no joke, because Gohan, Piccolo, Roshi, Krillin, Tien, they were all together. They were trying to do the whole teammate thing, and they all used their powerful attacks, and it did nothing. They know officially now, maybe we can't just be doing team. Maybe we got to do one-on-ones, because that did not help at all. They literally were just like backs against the wall. Nothing happened. Special beam cannon, Kamehameha, Destructo Disc, Solar Flare. Like, it didn't work at all. The dudes was just laughing. And I'm like, what? You really thought that was gonna work? That did nothing to us. That's absolutely nothing. So maybe Vegeta, Goku, Frieza, maybe their idea is better, because honestly, That's really all I can see happening. Also, honestly, if I'm being real, I think Topo's afraid of Goku. I really do. Because Goku was after Topo the whole entire episode. He's like, Topo, come fight me. And Topo was like, he was just like, I think he's scared of Goku. I think he knows Goku can beat him. So I kind of want to see what that dynamic is going to be like if he ends up facing Vegeta. Because obviously we know Vegeta is also a Super Saiyan God. So I kind of want to see what that dynamic will be. If he'll be afraid of Vegeta, or because honestly, we all know it's going to be Jiren and Goku. That's going to be the fight to look for. Everyone knows that. But obviously, as fans of the series, we want to see more than just Goku. Me particularly want to see Vegeta do a lot of work, and we know that's coming because of the preview for next week. Goku in the preview was saying, me and Vegeta are going to settle the score with Universe 9. So I'm hoping it's all Vegeta Goku centric and they just go all out, just dominate Universe 9. Goku almost got knocked out because he always lets his guard down. And I honestly think that's going to be his downfall. I said it once and I said it more. I do think, even though Goku's going to probably get this new transformation that everyone's talking about, we've always seen the poster basically for it. He's going to get a new type of transformation. Either it's going to be a transformation or it's just going to be a power-up on top of whatever he already has. It's going to be something. He's going to get something. But I personally think that even with it, I still think Jiren's probably going to beat him. Jiren has to be... Jiren has to be extremely powerful. When that dude came flying up to Jiren, and he was about to hit Jiren, and Jiren didn't even do nothing. He just stood there. And the dude was like, oh, let me go ahead and turn around and run away. Because he knew what time it was. He didn't even need to think about it. He just straight up, no, I'm not even gonna bother with this guy. I still think, even if Goku gets a power-up, I still think Jiren's probably gonna end up beating him. And honestly, I would not be surprised if Universe 7 lost, but here's the thing. Even if they lose, they're not going to get erased. I don't think anyone's going to get erased. Like, originally it was, oh, everyone's going to get erased, and then they're just going to use the Dragon Balls to bring everyone back. I don't even think anyone's going to get erased. I think Zeno's going to be so excited about the tournament that he's going to be like, okay, I'm not erasing anyone. I'm going to keep everybody the same. I'm going to keep everything good, but there's going to be an annual tournament every year, or every 2 years, every 3 years, something like that. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Zeno's going to be so excited and so happy about the fighting and how good they were. Like, you saw how excited Zeno was when people would lose, when they would get knocked off, and he would just, press their button like, oh, they're out. Zeno was so excited about that. So I think, me personally, I don't even think they're going to get erased at all. I think it's just going to be a big tournament. Zeno's going to be so excited about the tournament, so he's not going to erase anyone. Because even though Zeno, we've seen what Zeno's capable of when he erased, the future. We've seen what he's capable of. Zeno is more of a, to me, he's more laid back, honestly. Like, I can't really explain it. To me, he's more laid back. To me, he just wants to have fun. He just wants to watch things. He just wants to be excited. He just wants to be, intrigued about things. So because of that, I just don't see him. I don't see him erasing the universes. I don't see it happening. And again, even the Grand Priest, everybody's saying, oh, the Grand Priest probably evil too. I don't think so. I don't think the Grand Priest is evil. I think the Grand Priest just does his job. And basically, whatever Zeno wants, Zeno gets. It's just that simple. And I think what's going to happen is, when it's all said and done, and whatever teams that lost are out, and the totem, the pole in the middle, when it gets down to the ground level, obviously when the time is up, I think what's going to happen is the Grand Priest will probably say something like, okay, universe this, that, and that are going to be erased right now. Or something like that. And they're going to all be scared. They're going to all be shocked. And Zeno's going to say, no. And then the Grand Priest's going to look back. He's like, are you sure, Zeno? He's like, no. I love this. I thought it was great. Remember, guys, in the Universe 7 versus Universe 6 fight, remember, Zeno threatened to get rid of both Beerus and Champa. He said, you guys are not doing your job. You guys are gods of destruction. You're not doing your job. Should I erase you right now, or should I get rid of you right now? And they were shocked. They were scared. And then Goku walked up to him. You know, Goku did the whole handshake thing and everything. And he was like, okay, no, I want to have a bigger tournament with every universe. So because of that, I don't think Zeno's going to, I don't think he's going to get rid of any universe. I think he's just going to say, I want to see this again with everyone, or even better fighters next time. So I'm just going to keep everyone, and everyone can remain. And we're going to just do this as an annual tournament every couple of years or something like that. That's what I think is going to happen. And maybe later down the line, maybe they'll add extra elements to the tournament, like killing. Killing will be available. And maybe it's something like, oh, but if you die, we'll bring you back at the end. But we want you to fight to your max. Because that's what Zeno wants. He wants to see the best fights with the best fighters. So because of that, without being able to kill, they're not fighting to their max. They're still holding back. Like, remember when, was it... I think it was Bergamo. It might have been Basil Bergamo, but it was Basil. Basil was fighting Gohan. When Basil fought Gohan, he wanted to kill him. He was like, "Can we kill?" And no, you can't kill. Like, the Great Priest was like, "No, you can't kill." So he had to kind of hold back, even though he lost. He still had to hold back because you can't kill. Could you imagine Goku going to whatever this new power is, and just using his most effective attack, or Vegeta using his most effective attack and using it on the weakest fighter in Universe 3? Like, come on now. That would probably end up killing them. So I could see that happening in the future. Like, oh, there's nothing off the table. You can kill. You could do whatever you want. Because at the end, we're just going to bring you right back. Because I'm Zeno and I can do that. Like, that's how I see stuff happening. Also... what was I going to say? Oh, another thing that they could add into the future is fusion. They can add fusion into the future. So we will get to see Vegito or Gogeta. Now you see this whole thing's going on with this 4D movie with Gogeta Super Saiyan Blue. I don't see Gogeta ever getting in Super ever because of the time limit that they gave Vegito. That time limit simply basically destroyed the idea of the Gogeta, because that's what Gogeta made Gogeta unique, the time limit. But now that's with Vegito, so to me, I don't ever see Gogeta getting in Super. But again, in the tournament, maybe they'll add fusion. Oh, we can have fusion. And then they can bring Trunks and Goten in the tournament as well and watch them. Like, for example, I just have ideas, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off, but at the end of Z, Goten and Trunks are teens, right? Goten and Trunks are teens at the end of Z. So what if Goku goes off, trains Oob, right? He goes off, he trains Oob, everything. He brings Oob back. But literally, if they go past Z, like they say they're going to do, they can start off the first arc after Z. They could start it off with the annual tournament. The annual Universal Tournament. And with that would be perfect. We would finally get to see Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 teen Gotenks. We would finally get to see Gotenks as a teenager for the first time. And obviously I know in Dragon Ball Heroes he's up there. But in actual canon, we would finally get to see Gotenks for the first time as a teenager. We would get to see Oob fight in the Universal Tournament. We would get to see so many different things. So it's, they're everywhere. Maybe Cooler could come back, because Cooler was dope. I loved Cooler. I thought Cooler was ill. I know King Cole's gonna like that. But anyway, Cooler could come back. Frieza come back. Maybe we see a golden Cooler, or maybe we could see a fusion between Cooler and Frieza. Like, there's so many endless possibilities with this tournament. There's so many endless possibilities. And honestly, I think it could actually propel Dragon Ball to another level when it comes to popularity. Because the tournament is gonna, I just feel this tournament is gonna be fire, guys. I feel it's gonna be dope. So, I know I kind of went off topic, off the actual episode, but it all contains the same thing. So it's all about the tournament. So, but anyway, I really, really loved this episode. I enjoyed it. Definitely a gold. not a garbage. If I had to give it a number, I would probably give it an 8.5, only because, again, I felt like some of the scenes were just the same exact scenes over and over again, and they really had no emphasis on, you know, combat between one or two characters. We basically saw Basil. We saw the robot dude doing the spin thing, and Hit knocked him out. Hit and who else knocked him out? Was it Jiren? I don't even remember who else knocked him out, but Hit knocked him out. We saw Frieza doing a couple of things. We saw Vegeta putting in work. We saw Goku putting in work until he got caught. And pretty much, that's pretty much all we got. I mean, you obviously saw Gohan, and then they're back against the wall being targeted at the same time. And Goku got targeted at the same time by, I think, by 5 people. That was the end of the episode. So I'm excited for next week's episode. Next week is going to be Goku and Vegeta teaming up, I'm assuming, to take on Universe 9 by themselves, because that's what it said in the preview. So I can't wait to see that. I hope Vegeta puts in that work. You guys know Vegeta. I love Vegeta. It's my favorite anime character ever. So that's pretty much it. Let me know how you guys felt about episode 98 down in the comment section below. Again, shout out to all the shout-outs that I gave earlier. Shout out to all my subscribers. I love you guys. Go check out my gaming channel. Again, if you're not really into Crash Bandicoot, I can understand that, but just go check it out anyway. You might like it. It's a very, very challenging game. It's a very, very challenging game, and I've platinumed every single level on the first island, the first game, except one. So, and I got a gold in that. So, you know, if you guys are into challenging stuff, go check that out. Maybe you guys bought the game, I don't know. But if you did buy it, go look at how I platinumed it, and maybe you guys can platinum it too. So, that's SimD26 Gaming. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to go check it out and go subscribe to it. Subscribe to it, guys. Make sure you like my videos too and share them too. You know, help a brother out. I am your brother, right? I am your brother, right? We family, right? So, yeah, anyway, let me know how you feel about episode 98 again. Like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell next to subscribe button so that you guys get my content first. And that's it, guys. I'm SimDCsReviews, and I'll holler at y'all later. 1.